Alright, so what's up everyone and welcome back to the channel. Now, with Modern Warfare 3 ranked coming out in, I think, a little over a week now, there's still a few issues with this game that I feel like should be fixed to make that more enjoyable. I was somebody who really enjoyed ranked in Modern Warfare 2, and there were a few problems with that, but overall it was a very fun experience. I've got a feeling it's going to be just as good in this game as well. I just think there's a few things with this game that do need to be amended by the time it comes out, because if they don't, it's going to be a really unfun experience that's just going to kind of kill off the hype for me. One of my biggest complaints actually with Modern Warfare 2 ranked was how pretty much nothing changed. Like, we had all the maps and the modes and the weapons come in at the start, so when they introduced the mode, and I get that with the CDL rules they probably don't change very often. Like, once you've got the rules and the weapons, they don't really change. I still think it would have been nice to have some kind of update, especially because the meta of Modern Warfare 2 didn't really change at all. Like, it was basically just the TAC and the Vaznev for the whole time, and that's all the ranked was. It was the same maps, the same modes, and the same weapons for literal months. It just got boring after a while. And like I say, it was a real shame because I really enjoyed that game. Like, genuinely, Modern Warfare 2 ranked was a lot of fun, and I don't want to see this game fall into the same trap of not changing things and having things not very good, and, you know, by the time it comes out, you play it for like a couple seasons, then it dies off. I want it to be something that actually can be enjoyed for the entire duration. I think that'd be the first thing for me, actually. If there was one thing that I could wish for Modern Warfare 3 ranked, it would be for the maps and the weapons and the modes to sort of change around a little bit, especially because I felt for Modern Warfare 2's, a lot of the maps and the modes weren't made for ranked or weren't very good in ranked. Two examples I can think of that never got changed. El Asilo Controlled was one where you would literally spend like half the match running because of how fucking far the spawns were. Like, I literally remember that every single match of El Asilo Control, I'll literally spend half the game running towards the objective. It was so unfun and just boring. Whoa, what the fuck? Wait, have they changed the leaderboards here? I saw they didn't used to be, like, next to each other like this. What the fuck? That genuinely caught me off surprise then. I was expecting to look like towards the bottom half of my screen. It actually sort of jump scared me. And the other one as well was Search and Destroy on Al Bagra Fortress. I just didn't think it worked very well the way the spawns were set up. Like, instead of having the people at the top and the bottom of the map, like opposite ends, it was sort of like you spawned on the sides of the map, and it sort of made the flow of the match really weird. Like, the strat would literally just to beeline it to the, I think it was the bomb site on the, like, the pedestal where you'd hang people, like the hanging station or whatever it was called. Like, you literally sprint to that as one side because you could literally just get to that as quick as possible. Like, you could literally get there in like 10 seconds and plant the bomb, and it just sort of made it very rinse and repeat, you know, just repetitive, I guess. And there's the fact they never got rid of those. Like, they did change a couple of things, like say Al Bagra Fortress on Control, I think it was heavily unbalanced, and they did get rid of that, to be fair, and they added Himmelmat Expo as well. But I think there are a lot more maps and modes that could have been added to ranked to make it more enjoyable, more varied, on top of obviously a couple that I mentioned being removed as well that they never did, which was really disappointing because, like I say, you'd be getting on the game, you'd be really enjoying it, you'd have a flow, and then you just see El Asilo Control. It would just be like fucking cancer because you'd literally be running half the time. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. The enemy's literally just spawning with me. That's incredible. What a fucking fantastic game. Spawn logic in this game is fucking dog shit. I don't get how it gets worse every year. This is a franchise that's been pumping out games for 20 years. We can't even get spawn logic right. So, to be honest, those are really my main complaints with ranked itself. Obviously, the weapon meta, the maps, the modes, like, just things being varied every season would be nice, because it got to a point with like season 4, I think it was, when I hit Crimson season 3, and I was like, okay, season 4 is coming out. Hopefully they'll change some stuff. It'll be, you know, fresh for this season. And I remember they just didn't change anything. Like, it was literally the exact same mode it was the previous season. And at this point, it was already getting a bit stale. And just seeing season 4 come out and not a single thing changed, it was insulting. It really was. Because we really enjoyed the mode, but it just got repetitive. So I think even if they left the game exactly how it is, but they did those few things for ranked specifically, it would be a very fun mode. And I'm genuinely looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. I know me and my friends are looking forward to it very much. Because like I said, we bummed it off in Modern Warfare 2. And we're going to with this game. I can't wait for it. But I think before it comes out, they need to sort of do damage control on this game, because there's a lot of things, like I say, that are still wrong with Modern Warfare 3. Now, some of these are bigger issues than others, but in no particular order, the first thing that I think is wrong with Modern Warfare 3, even still to this day, is the weapon balance. And now, I know this game has only been out for, what, I think just over 2 months now. Obviously, weapon balance isn't going to be perfect in Call of Duty, it never is, but I feel like the weapon balance hasn't changed at all since Modern Warfare came out. Like, I genuinely think the meta for this game, even Warzone, is just the same that it was before. The DG is still overpowered. I mean, some weapons have been buffed, like the SVA, for example. I feel like they're sort of doing it backwards, where instead of making some things, you know, less powerful, some of the more broken weapons. It feels like they're trying to bring all the other weapons up to like the DG's level, which I don't understand, because it defeats the whole purpose of 150 health. That was the quickest game of domination. Wait, hold on. Now the scoreboard's vertical, the way it was before. What the fuck? Yeah, I feel like the weapon balance on Modern Warfare 3 hasn't changed significantly since the launch of the game. I mean, sure, like I said, you know, the SVA is a bit more powerful. There are probably underpowered weapons that are more powerful, but it still feels like the top of the top, like the king of the meta, is still the DG. It's still the MCW, the TAC Eradicator or whatever. Like, it doesn't feel like those are actually catching nerfs. It's just everything else is getting buffed up until that point, which makes no sense to me. And the reason why this is the #1 problem for me, not even just for Modern Warfare multiplayer, but for the ranked mode as well, is because it's going to be exactly like Modern Warfare 2 all over again, where it's just going to be like one assault rifle, one SMG, meta builds, and that's all it's going to be for the entirety of the season. Now, I know that, especially with ranked play, it's going to be very sweaty. There's going to be some kind of meta that everybody uses because it's going to be like the best, but you would think there's at least going to be a few weapons, not just 2. But if I have to be honest, that's the biggest complaint for me for Modern Warfare 3. Like, I really love this game. I love what they've done with it so far. The maps they've introduced have been really good. We've had loads of content, and especially with the events as well, like the magma camo at the moment, like those style of events I'm really loving so far. And weapon balance is probably my biggest complaint at the moment for Modern Warfare 3. It just feels like it's a very sweaty game already, but on top of, you know, the meta being very apparent, it just seems like every single person is bumming off the game, bumming off the meta, like just trying to do as well as they can, and we don't even have ranked yet. My other complaints with this game are very minuscule. They're once again balance related. Like, there isn't really anything with this game design wise that I think is wrong. The main things for me are to do with balance with like perks and equipment. The main one for me is tacticals. Stun grenades are just way too obnoxious. They're way too powerful. They're just as powerful as they have been in every other Modern Warfare game, and the fact that this one isn't Infinity Ward, it's pissing me off that it's still this good. Like, I get hit by a stun grenade, I can't move for I think like 5 or 6 seconds, which, yeah, sure, in previous COD games that might have been what it was before, but it's just obnoxious. It's really fucking annoying when you get hit by a stun. You literally can't move and you're basically guaranteed death. The part that's even more insulting is that there's no real counter to it, because TAC mask is fucking shit in this game, like it has been for the previous Modern Warfare games as well. It's just, I don't know why this is a trend with the Modern Warfare games where we just make TAC mask shit, but it's just irritating. You have this piece of equipment which is just really strong and there's no direct counter to it, because the counter that you have sucks balls. What's the point? On a side note here, I'm not really a huge fan of prices, but on this map, and especially on this gun as well, it looks really fucking good. I think it's because the way the lighting is done, like, you can't really see, like, the fleshy, like, skin colors on there, and the blue is, like, very vibrant. It looks really good on this map, I can't even lie. But yeah, my next point is going to be to do with TAC mask and EOD. They're just severely underpowered at the moment, like they have been in every other Modern Warfare game. I think Cold War had the balance perfect with TAC mask and Flak Jacket, where it just does nothing to you. Like, if you get stunned, nothing happens. Like, genuinely, you get a little flash on your screen, and that's it. Nothing else happens. I mean, if you don't want to go that extreme, that's completely fair, but at least make it do something. I mean, EOD, I think, has a damage clamp. It shouldn't be a damage clamp. It shouldn't be, oh yeah, explosives can't kill you, but they will bring you down to 1 health. It should be like a 60% reduction in damage, at least. And it's the same with the tacticals as well. And maybe you should get affected because, you know, they have to have some kind of significance, the tacticals. I mean, come on, what the perk is doing now is fucking useless. Like, it's genuinely doing nothing. How am I being shot by this VTOL already? I've just spawned. How is it already shooting me? Oh my god, this Loki kid needs to fuck off, man. I'm just trying to destroy your kill streaks. Let me. Yes, I do have a class setup specifically built for shooting down kill streaks. I'm that person. I know. So when I EMP a kill streak, does that actually do anything to it? Like, does that mean it can't shoot its weapons? Or is it just, like, give me the points for no apparent reason? I mean, it's not shooting anyone at the moment, so I'm going to go ahead and assume that it just can't do anything, and it's gone. Bye bye. Oh, and the final one as well, which is a huge one for me. I forgot to even mention this, but the health regen in this game is way too fucking slow, man. It's way too slow. I mean, especially Zero on 150 health as well. It's ridiculous. See, the reason that we had the quick fix perk in Modern Warfare 2019 and Modern Warfare 2 is because of the slow health regen. It was sort of like, we have a slow health regen, we have 100 health, but if you want that quicker one, you can get a quick fix, you know, for playing objective, getting kills, whatever. But at the end of the day, I think the health regen for these Modern Warfare games has always been too slow, even with the quick fix perk, but now we don't have a quick fix, so we just have this really slow health regen and nothing we can do about it. Another one, mate. Actually, fuck off. EMP that. Shoot this down. Oh my god, this Loki kid, I'm leaving. You can fuck off. I'm just trying to level up my Stormender! Fuck off! Holy shit, it's like he's got 6th sense. Every time I shoot my Stormender, he just teleports into my arsehole and fucking reams me with the WS Swarm. Anyway, I'm just gonna calm down, finish what I was saying, and end the video. Yeah, health regen. I just think it's way too slow in Modern Warfare 3. I mean, there's been so many times where I've killed a guy, just got out of a gunfight, I'm in cover, reloading, waiting for my health regen, about 5 seconds pass, and someone just slide cancels around the corner and one-taps me with an SMG, and I just die because health regen hasn't started yet. And there's no quick fix, there's no vest for quick fix at the moment. I know there's one leaked, I don't care. I don't want a fucking perk for my health regen, I just want it to be quicker. I can't believe people aren't talking about these things because they are so annoying to me. I mean, don't get me wrong, Modern Warfare 3 deserves praise because it is a genuinely fun multiplayer, but there are problems with this game that haven't been talked about or even, you know, addressed by the developers or even like content creators or just the community in general. Nobody's talking about these things. I don't know if I'm the only fucker who thinks this. Nerf stuns, nerf flashes, buff EOD, buff tac mask, reduce the health regen delay. That's all I want, man. That is all I fucking want out of this game. Other than that, I have nothing but praise for this game. I really enjoy it. But those things are the main things. And weapon balance is just too broad of a statement to just say, oh yeah, fix weapon balance. Like, there's a lot of things, you know, especially with weapons where some need to be nerfed, buffed, whatever. I'd love to see that. But overall, those are my main issues in Modern Warfare 3. I'd still say it's a very good game, but I want these fixed before Ranked comes out, or at least when Ranked comes out. Because if I have to deal with stun grenades and 12-second health regen delays, I'm going to end up throwing my controller so fucking hard it becomes a meteor.